everyone. I am Jessica, also known as Silver or Silver Luna 2112 with our on Revelry. Welcome, everyone. It is March 1st, 2017. I'll explain a little bit more about that title later. Before I do, I'd like to say a quick thank you to all that have come back to my little corner of the world. I thank you so much. You have no idea how much I appreciate you. Also, some thanks must go out to all the new viewers. Thank you for giving me a shot. I do appreciate you as well. For those just joining me, I do tend to change things up from week to week. While some others do remain the same, this week happens to be kind of a change week. I'll explain more about that later in the administrative section. First, let me just talk to you a little bit about this KAL that's going on in my Ravelry group. So, while I do, grab your drink of choice and your crafting, and away we go. So today's drink for me is actually going to be orange creamsicle from San Marcos. It's so good. I recommend it if you like flavored coffee. Anyway, the Java along. The main details of this, it's basically a KAL premiering all of the wonderful patterns of CC Almond, aka Java Pearl, there on Ravelry. It's going to be a year-long cal. Any project that you knit, crochet, weave, or spin that has anything to do or is inspired by the Geeky Girls podcast, Java Pearl, or even Damie's Doodles, or, even if it's one of Java Pearl's designs there on Ravelry. It won't be that hard to convince me, trust me. Whips are allowed, as long as they have been finished in 2017. I really don't care. um, Please feel free to polydib in other KALs as long as it fits in the other group's rules as well. Each project you finish and post counts as one entry into the giveaway. You must also be a member of the Silver's Dreamland podcast group there on Ravelry to participate. The next thing that I do ask is that you post pictures on social medias using the hashtag SDLJavaAlong so I can find your whips and FOs. Who knows, you may even be entered in the drawing for our random active patterning days. So, want to know what's in it for you? Let's see, we do have several prizes going on. Let's see, I actually will be giving away one Java Pearl design pattern every month during the course of this KAL to get your collection started. CC has even donated several as well to give away. Since we didn't have anyone posting FOs this month, I actually have included all of our group members in a random number generator to win this one. So, this month's winner is SASKNITTER. So please PM me with which Java Pearl design that you would like, and I'll be gifting you the pattern that you chose. As promised, I will also be giving away a digital copy of Cece's Coffee with Cece book, which is the first in her series that she's written. Since no one wanted to say which pattern they would knit first, I'm actually going to give you until my next podcast to think about this and post it in this episode's thread. From then, I will be using a random number generator to select the winner before I record in 2 weeks. So be sure to enter. Trust me, it's an awesome book. I'm actually knitting my way through it as we speak, and hence the KAL. I've really wanted to knit through all of her patterns. I'm also going to be giving away a copy of it's actually going to be a physical copy of Cece's new book, Coffee with Cece, and Damie too. She just released this picture with what her new book title and actually book is going to look like. Wow, words are hard. I'm going to be also doing a random number generator on that as soon as the book releases as well. They're going to be pulled. The winners from that will be actually pulled from the FO thread only. So make sure you get your FOs in regardless. It could be anything as simple as, hey, Cece likes this color. Hint, her favorite color is pink. Just in case you were wondering. So, new for this month, we do have two more wonderful prizes, both donated by Nimrus on Ravelry. If you don't know who she is actually the genius behind Pandia's Jewels. She has generously donated a skein of her hand-dyed yarn on her snug base. This is actually the Highlands colorway. Oh, so beautiful. Absolutely love it. And obviously, since CC is currently in Scotland, the Highlands makes sense. We're also going to be giving away a set of the Harley Quinn stitch markers that Pindy has put up for us, and she's just given us to do it. Wow, words are hard today. I am so sorry. So there will be more prizes later on in the year. I'm going to be announcing them as soon as I get them in the mail. If you do have any crafty items that you would like to donate as prizes, please PM me on Ravelry. I am Silver Luna 2112, or you can email me directly at silversdreamlandpodcast@gmail.com, and we'll be able to get that into the rotation for you as well. So, a little bit of administrative. I've actually decided that as we get closer to Stash Dash again this year, I will be recording more just to document my journey within the craziness that will be my 15K goal. I am determined, this is a redemption year for me. I am determined to get back into that goal and to make that goal. So, and as you can probably imagine, it will take me a bit of prep work, plotting, and planning to help me make my goal this year. I'll be putting up a blog entry that will help me, and by association, you, my wonderful viewers, to help me keep up with the numerous projects that I will be working on during the course of Stash Dash and even before then. Um, this should be going live starting sometime this month, so just be sure to keep it out on the lookout. I would appreciate any encouragement, jeering. You can mock me all you want, or any advice that you may wish to throw my way. Or just state the obvious. I'm kind of crazy for doing this, but anyway, I'll be posting a link to the full episode thread all over social medias over the next few days as well, and you'll be seeing a copy of yeah. You'll be seeing that entry coming up relatively soon. And I'll put you a link to that particular blog entry as well as the time goes by. That way you can follow along if you so choose. So let's move on to my favorite things. Let's start off with something that is not so favorite a thing. Before I do, let me just take a quick sip here. Oh God, sorry, I'm dry. Okay, so the first not so favorite thing of mine is snow. So if you haven't heard, we got pretty much slammed with snow up here in Connecticut over the past few weeks. A lot of people that have around me have stated that they too are over this whole snow thing. We are all looking forward to spring. We like kind of playing in it. We just don't like shoveling it or driving in it, and we've determined that as a group, I think. Um, However, it wasn't just the snow, it was actually the timing of the snow itself. For me and the rest of my coworkers, it was just a major inconvenience, especially during one of the busiest times of our year. Yes, our call center is a war zone pretty much during Valentine's Day time frame, and when people see snow, they don't like to come in, so there's not as many people that show up. So anyone that's there kind of gets slammed with calls, but that's neither here nor there. I'm sure if you've ever worked in a call center or even worked for some in retail, you understand that struggle. Um, the next thing that I really didn't appreciate was being sick. Pretty much all last week I spent in bed. Um, those 2 words alone, that phrase alone should just giving away my feelings on the subject. However, this time myself and my coworkers all fell pretty hard to what we are calling the call center plague of 2017. Basically, fever and coughing for days. The terms "en fuego" on fire aptly describes how we feel when we felt when the fight fever hit. Yeah, it wasn't fun. I spent God 4 days pretty much in a state of what fever dreams, etc. Yeah, it was not fun. Um, I made sure that MDI stayed away the whole time as I really did not want him to be sick too. I know he didn't appreciate being stuck sleeping on the couch for 3 days, but I think he appreciated that I didn't want him to catch it because, yeah, he saw what I was going through. But yeah, I'll let him weigh on that one. Um, but yeah, anyway, let's move on to something that's yeah, that's slightly better. I actually love, love getting new yarns and things in the mail. So I was overjoyed, especially during the course of the sickness and everything this month, that did get a few shipments in. The first I got was the Pandia's Jewels shipment. Okay, so in that shipment, I did get this cute little notions tin. It actually came with a few stitch markers and these lovely little snips. They are so cute, and the little ball on that. Oh, I've used them more than I think a regular pair of scissors every day, I think, since I got that. I also got these wonderful Doctor Who stitch markers. Oh, absolutely adorable. The next thing that I got in the shipment itself is called Because Totally Awesome Geek isn't an official title. Oh, look how gorgeous this is. Ugh, absolutely gorgeous. And of course, in that same shipment were the Harley Quinn stitch markers and the wonderful Highlands. Oh, see, isn't that great looking close up? Uh, so anyway, the next shipment that came in was from a company called T Chip. It's I basically got a message on Facebook, Facebook enabled, where I got a blue mug that has the title "Things I Learned in 7 Years in Stars Hollow." I absolutely love this mug. It expresses all of the randomness that is Gilmore Girls and the things that have been termed Gilmore-isms. You would think that Away with the Poodles would be the first one, but I was surprised. As you probably saw on my Instagram feed, it was not Away with the Poodles, which happens to be my personal favorite, but you know, not everybody thinks like me, right? Anyway, um, the next thing that actually came in the mail, and there's a reason I'm not showing you a picture of the mug. I'll explain later on, eventually, I think. Anyway, the next shipment that came in was from Desert Vista Dye Works. In that was Babushka. Oh, absolutely love those colors. I have somebody in mind for those socks, but I won't tell you who. The next thing that came in was the Moulin Rouge. Oh, I love those colors. It epitomizes everything that's in that movie that I absolutely adore. And the colors, she does such a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful job. The next one that came in that same shipment was Gone with the Wind. Oh, absolutely super adorbs. I love those colors. I am just staring at the colorway, and that is so beautiful. I also received a shipment from the Loopy U. I bought a bunch of Dream and Color smushy yarns in the hopes of doing another coffee date shawl with all of the same colorways, see if that makes a difference and see if I like that more. I did choose the colorway medieval, medieval, however you want to pronounce that. There was Cinnamon Girl as well, and Melon Bomb. Oh, that's super awesome. So yeah, I don't know if anyone, speaking of Dreaming Color Smushy, I don't know if anyone has heard recently. The Loopy U has actually re adjusted how they do their rewards program. And with this time around, with this order, since I had gone back down to zero, they had gifted me this wonderful skein of Dream and Color Smushy. Oh, it's called Animal Menagerie. Super gorgeous. I don't even know what I'm gonna do with it, but I knew I wanted to make something with it. I'll get there. I'll get there. So the last shipment that came in was the Jimmy Beans wool shipment. I did buy 4 skeins of this wonderful Cascade 220 Aran Superwash. It's actually the pink ice colorway. Oh, Absolutely super adorbs. I have plans for every single one of these skeins already, so don't you worry. Um, I also did buy with this particular errand, I bought two size 1.5 Knitter's Pride Naturals 16-inch circulars, as well as a pair of 1.5 Knitter's Pride Cubics 9-inch circulars. I am hoping that if I'm going to have constantly have vanilla socks on the needles, I'm going to try to go down a needle size and see if I can kind of fix my gauge, I guess. I've been stuck on size twos for a while, and I kind of want to see what'll happen and how much my gauge changes once I go down a size. So we will see. It's an experiment for science. All right, let's move on to FOs, my finished objects. I have five of them this time. The first ones, I'm sure if you follow me on Instagram, you've probably seen these. These I call the Saturday Mornings Need Espresso ASAP. It is the pattern Espresso Macchiato by CC Almond, also known as Java Pearl. I did use Saturday Morning out of the Lollipop Yarns Beefcake base. Oh, super. I love this colorway. Let me tell you, I had so much fun working on it. I probably have not made a pattern sock that fast. It just flew off my needles. This one I used a size US 2. They are two 16-inch circulars. Absolutely adorbs. I think I finished those in probably a week tops, all told. Maybe less. Anyway, the next FO are the Winnie the Pooh socks, or actually I called them the Winnie the Vanilla socks. The pattern was French Vanilla Cappuccino socks by CC Almond, also known as Java Pearl. The yarn is Winnie the Pooh. It is a colorway by Desert Vista Dyeworks on their Viso base. I use a size 2 19-inch circulars, basically what CC calls zoom zoom needles. And believe me, I can pretty much see why. Once I did the toe on my usual 16-inch circular method, I did switch right over to the round, and I just kept going round and around in circles. I even did the heel itself on the needles, and it was a good experience to kind of learn how to turn a heel on one set of needles. So thank you to Cece for actually posting a video of how she does the heel on her socks. Otherwise, I would have no idea what was going on. Let's be honest. The next thing that I finished, I called "It's So Great and Mint." This is the Chevron Baby Blanket by Espace Trico. I think I'm pronouncing that right. I am very horrible with pronunciation of things, so I do apologize if I've gotten that wrong. I used two different colors of Lions brand Vanna's Choice in both the silver gray and mint colorways. I used a size US 9 Knitter's Pride Cubics. They are the 29-inch circulars I have. Oh, I absolutely love this pattern. The picture that you're seeing is before I blocked a lot of it out. And let's be honest, I hate weaving it in, so it's going to be sitting there for a few moments. But the person that it's intended for is not going on maternity leave until probably a couple weeks, so I do have some time to get that off to her. Um, and as she does not know the sex of the baby and does not believe in having a baby shower beforehand, we are going to put it off until she gets back. So I have even more time. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. Anyway, the next thing I did finish were two very, very cute baby hats. I did not use a pattern. I just kind of made it up as I went along. I used four different rounds in two different colors. I did use more of the Vanna's Choice Lions brand yarn in both the silver gray and mint colorways as well. Mostly because I have a whole two skeins left. Mm. But anyway, I used a size US 10 and a half Susan Bates metal 16-inch circulars, and I also used a size 9 um, metal DPNs. Also by Season Baits, just to kind of close up the hats as well. Aren't those super cute? Oh, I think she's really gonna love them. They're meant to, they're meant for tiny babies' heads. I think her baby will grow out of them pretty quickly, but oh, they're still gonna be super cute in the meantime. Anyway, the next thing I finished, I have four, count them, four different washcloths for my 2017 pile of washcloths. This is the Grandma's Favorite Dishcloth by Ruth Slate out of the Bernat Cotton Candy Collection, the spicy colorway. Oh, it's absolutely adorable. It's a huge skein of yarn, so I it may seem like they are very identical. No, they're not. I apologize. It's just they're going to look all the same. This is actually pre-blocked as well, and I have not woven in the ends because, yeah, you know how I roll with that. I used size US 6 marbles 29-inch circulars. I'm hoping to um, change my mind about how I feel about knitting the lots and lots of dishcloths by using my new marbles needles, and I love these needles too. I'll have to show you a picture of them later. So let's move on to works in progress. So there are a few things that I have started since the last time we spoke. The first one I'm calling I Love You a Latte. Right now, it's actually in the frog pond as I had to rip it all out. Mostly 3 days, if that, worth of work. It was the toe and then the first rotation of the pattern. The reason for it being in the frog pond is mostly because I am not used to at the same time directions. If you don't know, at the same time, just it's a way to describe the different. I guess if you have two different wow, words. If you have two different types of directions or multiple charts that you have to keep track of all at once, basically that you do at the very same time in tandem with one another. Um, but I will get there, don't worry. I actually misread the directions, so that's what happens. I'm using the Caramel Latte Socks by Cece Almond. According to her coffee o meter, as she puts it in the book, it is a three cupper, so I can kind of see why, based on the at the same time directions that are going on. I'm actually using the Zitron Trekking XXL. In the colorway 201 and kind of it's like a sandy type color. I'm using a size US 2. They're two 16-inch circular needles. I will get back to that, don't you worry. But oh, so gorgeous. I cannot wait to get back. The next thing that's new since the last time we talked, I am calling Sue Likes a Kit Kat. And I am so sorry for that blurry photo, but there's not much going on right now. I'm just on the brim right now, probably about 4 rows into the brim of it, but it is the Kit Kat hat by Andre Sue. I am using the Cascade 220 Superwash Aran in that pink ice colorway that I mentioned before. I absolutely love the way it's working up right now, especially on the size US 6 16-inch metal Bates needles, or Susan Bates needles, sorry. I'm using sixes for the brims, and I'm going to be moving up to sevens for the rest of the hat. If you don't know what a Kit Kat hat is, basically you do the ribbing for about 3 inches, and then for the rest of the hat, you just kind of knit and then you do a 3 needle bind off. I'm not really, it's a free pattern. I can pretty much say what I need to say about that. I love this pattern. This is actually for another coworker who saw the other batch that I had given to another coworker, and she was like, "Hey, can I have one of those in pink? Because I like pink." And I was like, "There ain't nothing wrong with pink, so I will do that for you." Especially since pretty much she just got back from probably a couple months ago now, but got back from all of her chemo treatments. So pretty much what she wants is she's gonna get. That is pretty awesome. The next thing that I did start since the last time we spoke, I am calling It'll Give You Wings. Oh, I love this colors. I love this color. The pattern is CC's Vanilla Cappuccino Socks, also by CC Almond. I'm using Woolmice Pure in the Wings on My Feet colorway. Oh, absolutely adorable. I love it. This time I'm actually using, currently using a size US 2 Knitter's Pride Cubics in I'm sorry, the 16-inch circulars. Yeah, they are Zoom Zoom needles essentially. I just haven't done much besides outside of the heel, as you can probably see. Um, so let's go on to my current works in progress. I've actually been working on a little bit more, and you've seen them before. I'm currently working on, as I speak, actually, I am currently working on is a flamed winged angel. Or Axel, sorry. Oh, my own name here. I've been working on this slowly as I've been getting ready to record today. I absolutely love this pattern. The way it's set up is to look like angel wings. Super gorgeous. I'm using two different colors, Axel and Girl on Fire by Jinx Yarn Power and in her Power Sock. Oh, absolutely, absolutely love these colors together. They are working up gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. And the pattern itself is called Wingspan by Malin Tricotre Designs. I am so sorry, Malin, if I am pronouncing your name incorrect as well. Please, I'd appreciate anyone that knows how to actually pronounce it right. Please, please, please. I don't want to keep butchering it. I'm thinking I'm going to be working on this for at least one more podcast. The I'm getting to 12 wings, and then I'm going to hold off until the rest of Stash Dash. So you'll see a previous mention there. I am using a size US 4 60-inch Chai Goose circular needles. Oh, they are absolutely gorgeous together. I'm sure you can probably see it through the designs. It's basically a lot of short rowing. I'm not a professional at short rowing, but it's coming out awesome. I do apologize for the pixelation in that picture, mostly because my camera cannot handle that much red. Whoops. Anyway, the next thing that I've actually been working on that you've seen before is the Double the Pumpkin Spice, Double the Fun. It's the I Love You More Than Pumpkin Spice Socks by CC Almond, also known as Java Pearl. I am using the Pumpkin Spice Latte Gnome Acres on the Spiffy Gnome base. Oh, absolutely love this colorway. I have done one pattern rotation since you saw it last. If you can see the little stitch progress marker there. Mostly because, yeah, it is a very hard pattern, and I have not been in any kind of headspace to do any kind of patterning really. See previous statement about both being sick and working through the holiday. Anyway, I'm using a size US 2 16-inch circulars, mostly because there's a pattern and I know it's going to be pulling, especially those cables. The next thing I have been working on is the 100 Acre Razzle shawl. I've actually gotten to the last couple of rows before the bind off. This is now going to be put into sleeper mode until Stash Dash. Mostly because you have to have at least a couple rows and then the bind off, and to follow those rules. The shawl itself is called 100 Acre Wood by Helen Stewart. I'm using Razzle number 5, which is a leading men's fiber arts soliloquy gradient. Sorry, guys. I'm using a size US 6 cubic Platina 40-inch circular needles. Oh, absolutely gorgeous. I can't quite capture the brilliance of this shawl. It's meant for either gradients, many different colors, or one solid color. So you can kind of pick and choose how you want to do that. The next thing that I have actually been working on is the Bella Coffee, also known as the Coffee Date Shawl by CC Almond. I'm using three different colorways. I'm using the Putty in My Hands uh, uh, colorway of the Bella base, Give a Hoot. It's the plucky single base. and Enchantment is the Primo Fingering base. These are all from the Plucky Knitter. Oh, absolutely love these three colors together. I'm not always sold. Depends on what time of day that you talk to me, as to whether I'm sold on the color choice or not. Hence why I'm going to do another one in that same in like three different colors that I mentioned before. This one's being done on a size US 3 Chigu 40-inch cables. Absolutely love the way this is coming out. I'm like halfway through the second pattern rotation. I cannot wait to get back to it. The next thing that I've been working on is the Snappy Love socks. I actually just finished the ribbing, and right now, after the picture was taken, I have actually worked through um, about 3/4 of a pattern rotation. The pattern itself is called Snape Stockings by Erica Luder. I'm using the Zitron Trekking colorway 591. I'm using it currently now for other reasons. I'm using size US 2 Knit Picks Harmony Wood 6-inch DP ends. So sorry about the blurriness of the photo. I cannot seem to get my hand to sit still when I'm taking pictures, especially over the past couple days. Don't know why. Anywho, the next thing that I'm working on, it doesn't look like much, so I didn't bother taking another photo. But the Burning the Blue, I did two more pattern rotations of the second color section. The pattern is Ashburn by Melanie Bird. I am using Yummy 2-ply denim spirits and Chartish colorways of Miss Babs yarn. Oh, absolutely gorgeous. Oh, anyway, I'm using a size US 6 cubic platina, 60-inch sarks. The next thing that you'll probably notice, I have been working on this gorgeous shawl again. It is the Laurel Eyes Mystery KAL, which is also known as the Gilmore Girls binge watching KAL that I was participating in back when the newer version of, or sorry, the new Gilmore's came up. Wow. Why couldn't I think of that? Anyway, the name of the shawl is Laurel Eyes Mystery KAL by Renegade Knitter. I used two colorways of the Lorna's Laces Shepherd Sock in both the denim and Laurel Eyes colorway. The darker color that you're seeing coming up now into the lace section is actually the denim colorway. Oh, it's absolutely gorgeous. Oh, I have maybe about 30 yards, if that, left of the Laurel Eye Shulk. So I was pretty much playing yarn chicken. I'm hoping the same does not happen with the denim, but we will see. I'm using a size US 4s, the 40-inch Chigu red lace fixed circulars. Oh, absolutely gorgeous. And of course, as you do, I have started um, March's washcloth. This again is on the US 6 Marbles 24-inch circulars. You can see that in the picture, a little pink there. I'm using again the Bernat Cotton Candy Collection Spicy Colorway and also the Grandma's Favorite Dishcloth. This is how it looks when it first starts. I think I have 14 stitches, if that. 14 stitches. Yep. So I have a couple of ideas kind of floating around in my head as to what I want to put on the needles soon. I still really should get going on the wedding evening star for MTI's brother and newish sister-in-law. We found out when their wedding is, so kind of have a deadline on that. Need to get going. The other thing that I have been wanting to put on the needles relatively soon is I've actually been dreaming of doing a sweater. To this end, I've actually bought the yarn and the pattern I need. The yarn is actually being dyed in a larger dye lot for me because I am kind of a big girl. So it would actually take the dyer a little bit of time and then from there to ship it from England. So it just may be maybe the beginning of next month to get to me, but I am actually okay with that. I It's not like I don't have other things to work on, right? But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Let me get a drink of water before I move on here. So, what you watching, Silver? Well, quite a bit. But let's try something else. Let's try what you're reading or listening to, Silver, because that is probably a little bit more. Anyway, I actually finished reading a total of 6 books this time around, mostly smut, but good books all the same. I did read the whole 4 book Surrender series by Melody Ann. I also read Betting the Wrong Brother by Verena DePaul and The Substitute by Denise, sorry, Dennis, not Dennis, Denise Grover Swag. There's also another book that I read also and I finished just last night. Kind of a male romance novel, and I didn't even put it on my Goodreads. So I'm just gonna say yes, I do read. I do read quite a bit. I just don't always list it off. I'm actually currently reading The Shining by Stephen King and still going through 7 Up by Janet Ivankovich. I have to tell you, the 7 Up has kind of been put to the wayside in lieu of The Shining. The Shining, I've read. I mean, I've watched the movie a lot, and every time I try to sit down and read the book, it's kind of late at night, so I kind of freak myself out a little bit, as you do with anything Stephen King, right? So I can't read too much before I finally say, okay, enough, and I go off and have to read something nice and light to be able to fall asleep after that. But anyway, I am currently actually listening to the complete Sherlock Holmes, which is being read to me by Simon Vance. He's a very good author. Since the last time we talked, I did finish A Study in Scarlet, The Sign of Four, A Scandal in Bohemia, The Red-Headed League, A Case of Identity. Then you have the Boscombe Valley Mystery, The Five Orange Pips. Pips? Okay, yeah. And The Man with the Twisted Lip. I can't even read my own handwriting. I do apologize. I'm actually currently reading The Adventure of the Blue Carbuncle. Bunkle. Wow. I didn't read very much into it. Probably the first 2 minutes before I stopped reading, but I am enjoying this book to no end. I never thought that I would be this into like mystery and whodunit, kind of mystery novels. I've always wanted to read through Sherlock Holmes, and I figured this would be the easiest way to go ahead and just listen to it, especially while I'm knitting up a storm, you know. So yeah, let us go. Let us. Okay, so let us move on to what you watching, Silver. Haha. So I have actually decided to take the Geeky Girls lead and watch through all of the episodes of the Stargate universe in chronological order. I did find their list, so that's the plan actually. So far, I've actually watched the original Stargate movie, which is actually one of my absolute favorites in the series. I've also read Stargate SG-1 episodes 1.1 to 8.2. And in that included another double watch of The Children of the Gods, which is essentially the pilot episode, but cut down to movie format. And then also watched Stargate Atlantis, episodes 1.1 to 1.5. Went back to SG1 until 8.3 to 8.20. And then back to Atlantis, 1.6 to 2.1. And then Stargate SG1 was 9.1 to 9.2. And now I am currently watching through Atlantis again. I just watched episode 2.2 and 2.3 yesterday before I started putting all my podcast notes together. Wow, yeah, that's a lot of Stargate over the past month. Essentially being sick and not having the brain power to do much of anything besides just sit there and stare at the screen kind of came in handy to finishing a lot of episodes. So besides watching a lot of Stargate, I did not watch much of anything else other than a few podcasts. Specifically, I did catch up finally with the Geeky Girls from 20. episode 201 up until the current episode, which I think should be going live soon. I have not watched that yet. I've also caught up on all of the Yarn Hoarder episodes in a snit, the Knit Girls, Round the Twist, Suckin' and Zuppies, and a few others that I watch constantly. I am very much caught up as of right now. um, but yeah, I feel like I don't watch as many podcasts as I could. I was wondering if anyone out there has any ideas of knitting podcasts that you think I would be interested in. Please, please, please PM me on Ravelry, or you can even email me. Just please let me know if you found any that I might like. I would love to try some new ones. So yeah, I'm pretty social. You can find me on our Ravelry board, which is Silver's Dreamland Podcast. There on Ravelry, I am also Silver Luna 2112, as I've mentioned a few times. Sorry about that. I need to plug it. And on Ravelry, Silver's Dreamland actually can be found at www.facebook.com/Silver's Dreamland. On Instagram, I am both Silver's Treats and Silver's Dreamland. You can find me more often on Silver's Treats. I don't know the last time I've been on Silver's Dreamland, to be honest. So please go with the Silver's Treats. You'll be appreciative. Anyway, I also am on Twitter at and I am at Silver's Knitting. I do tend to read through all messages as soon as I possibly can. If you don't hear from me within 24 hours, please feel free to email me directly at silversdreamland@gmail.com. Okay, so I have rambled enough, and as you can probably tell, my voice is still kind of going in and out, and I still have a little bit of cough, still from the cold from last week. So I know your time is valuable. I do appreciate you sticking with me this long, and for I do apologize for the quality of my voice, but please feel free to join me with any discussion, or you can even start your own on the Ravelry board. I don't bite, I promise. I absolutely love hearing from people, and I do appreciate everything that everyone has said. So please stay tuned for episode 20 on the 15th. Until next time. Bye, everyone. Happy knitting.